It ain't got no gas in it.
Yeah, that's what's wrong with the Avalanche. They got no gas. Or they at least started game number 3 with, some good amount of gas. And all of a sudden, boom. Like, what the fuck? We're going to recap that coming up in just a little bit. We are. Give you an idea of what we're going to talk about in today's sports section. The Denver Broncos, Garett Bolles, gives us an update on Bo Nix. French Open player had to beg and plead with one of the judges to let him go to the bathroom. Something that when I watched it, I had immediate sympathy. And if anybody in that crowd was just like, oh, come on, just hold it. Oh, they need to burn in hell. They do. There's a special place in hell for those people. The Wienie 500 was this weekend, and it was epic. It was like 9 minutes. I watched the entire race. It was 9 minutes of dick jokes, and it was great. And I trimmed it down. I trimmed down the dick jokes to about 1 minute. We're going to get it. We're going to play it. We're going to play it coming up. Spurs Thunder recap mixed with the media finally understanding our beef with SGA, and it's fucking annoying. It's annoying. Like everybody here in Colorado, since we have this, since the Thunder and the Nuggets are essentially rivals because I think that's a one-sided rivalry because the Thunder have had the Nuggets number. But we're like, fuck, he just flops all the time. And then he wins MVP. And everybody's like, here in Colorado, we're like, this is ridiculous. And then finally, in these playoffs, people are starting to notice, and it's getting a lot of attention. And I can't wait to play you some of the audio. But coming up next, like I teased at the very, very beginning, Vegas was all balls against the Colorado Avalanche in game number 3, actually 1, 2, and 3. We hear from Gabriel Landeskog, Jared Bednar, and legendary head coach for the Vegas Knights, John Tortorella. And I always want to say tortilla, and that's no disrespect. It's just because I have a small brain, okay? Before you Vegas Golden Knights fans come after me, just remember, small brain right here, okay? Anyway, guys, make sure you subscribe to the show wherever you're consuming this. Whether you're on Facebook, let's see, YouTube, Spotify, you can leave a comment as you go along. That's always fun. You can also hit me up direct message on socials at DeHuff Podcast, or you can get me on email dehuffpodcast@gmail.com. But what we need to do right now, let's have some fun. Let's recap the chaos that is the Colorado Avalanche. If I had hair, it'd be falling out. Anyway, let's jump into the sports section.
Going deep, tight ends and long balls.
He starts to come and then he pulls out.
Oh, gross!
It's sports with DeHuff.
Well, like I said, game number 3, it was a frustrating one. It really was. The Avs were up, 3-0 at one point. I'm like, I'm going to get ahead of the game. I'm going to make this video where you guys remember the movie Hot Shots Part 2, where Charlie Sheen's character is in like a pit fight, and he knees the guy in the balls, and the guy ends up spitting up walnuts out of his mouth, and then he goes, "You win." I was making that, and I was putting the Avalanche logo over Charlie Sheen because he's the one doing the, dishing out the pain, and then the Vegas Knights were the ones getting their balls smashed up into their mouth, right? And I'm like, oh, this is great. And then they end up losing 5-3. What the hell? That's not how it's supposed to go, Avalanche. They literally shit themselves on the ice. Well, not literally, but you get the idea. Like, what? What did I miss? Somebody pooed themselves on the ice? No, man, it was bad. It was bad. You can't give up a 3-goal lead. You can't. You're up 3-0. That's absurd. That's embarrassing. Here's Gabe Landeskog, the captain, talking to the media after the game.
I mean, you could break it down so many different ways. Every single game has so many moments and momentum swings and battles and situations and bounces and whatnot. Like, you can go so many different ways, but we need to play better. It's as simple as that. We need better, and we need to find a way to score more goals. And I thought we did a good job of that tonight. Obviously, build a lead, and then they claw their way into it. They're a good team over there. We give it to them.
Listen, it's a no shit comment, but that's what he's saying to us. We got to play better. Simple as that. Absolutely. I'm curious of what that locker room is like after giving up a 3-goal lead. Man, that it has to be brutal in there. Guys, earn your fucking paychecks, Colorado Avalanche. Because right now you're not. You're not. You are do or die now. Vegas Knights, they get one more win. They advance to the Stanley Cup final. You lose, you go home. Start your vacation a little early. Earlier than we all expected. You are the best team in hockey, but you're playing like shit. It's not how you start, it's how you finish, blah, 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 blah. And great example to all athletes out there. Yeah, you got up on your opponent early, and then you let off the gas. Billy Bob Thornton said it best. You ain't got no gas in it, okay? You don't. Not anymore. No gas.
It ain't got no gas in it.
I know. That's what I just said. I posted that video of Landeskog on my Facebook page. Sean said, translation, we're planning our tee times for Thursday because the ones who should be scoring goals aren't. The goal scorers we traded for have gone cold, and we have a coach who is getting out-coached by an egomaniacal blowhard. Egomaniacal blowhard. He is getting out-coached. But is it that, or is it more of the execution? I know the coach will be the fall guy. Bednar will be the one that everybody's like, oh, do you got to shit can him? Because they get this far and they lose. You have the best record in hockey, and you played great in the first 2 rounds. Third round, ugh. It does seem like you got other shit on your mind. Did you forget to take something out of the oven? Is that what's happening? You guys have your minds elsewhere. It makes no fucking sense. Let's see, on Instagram, it says the guy's name is No Weapon for Me Against Me, or something like No Weapon Formed Against Me is his handle. He said they refuse to adjust their game when they play teams that eliminate their speed, and they don't shoot the puck. They do shoot the puck. They're just missing. They're out shooting their opponents. The issue is defense. But here's what I replied to that. Whatever is happening to the Avalanche, before I get into my rebuttal to this guy, they're not adjusting. So I simply said, great teams adjust. Bad teams don't think they have to. Think about it. How many times have you been in whether it's a sporting event or you're watching a sporting event or you've been in a business moment and you're like, this isn't going the way we expected. We have to adjust. That's what great athletes do. That's what great coaches do. That's what great managers do. That's what great employees do. You have to adjust. Shit doesn't always go the way you want, so you have to adjust. We talked about that the other day when Gary Kubiak was the head coach of the Denver Broncos. Or actually, no, it was when he was the offensive coordinator with Elway, and they won back to back, like he would adjust. This was our game plan going in. They're throwing this at us instead, something that we didn't plan for. Well, shit, let's go ahead, change it up. Boom, earning his paycheck. That needs to happen. And they're not. It doesn't seem like they are anyway. Once they got 2 goals on the Avs, and it was 3-2 Avs, they should have had a come to Jesus meeting, and all the coaches, not just Bednar, should have huddled up and said, okay, this is what they're doing. This is why they're beating us. We have to fix that. Now, you could be the best coach in the world. If your players aren't executing what you're telling them to do, you can't do anything else. Hey, guys, you need to be more bodies in front of the net to help out your goalie. If they're not doing that, that's not the coach's fault. Guys, I need you to be here, here, and here. Okay, coach. And then they go out there and they don't do it. Is that the coach's fault? No. Something's wrong with the Avalanche. They ain't got no gas. But it's frustrating to watch. I'm literally watching the game. They're up, like I said, they're up 3-0. Then it starts going away. When it was 3-2, I'm like, fuck. I don't have the confidence anymore in the Colorado Avalanche. And here's the thing. This is a major battle going on. If the Colorado Avalanche can win Game 4, if they still have 3 more fucking wins in a row to relieve some pressure. That's not easy to do in any league, especially this far in the NHL playoffs. It's way too difficult. It's not impossible, but let's be honest here, guys. It's going to be hard to chip away at that. Speaking of chipping away, here's Garett Bednar talking with the media after the game.
Seems like a tough hill to climb, clearly, obviously, especially against a team like Vegas.
I just said that, Jared.
I mean, you just got to break it down. Shift at a time, 5 at a time, period at a time, game at a time. It's kind of what we've been talking about for the last couple because of those stretches that we're having that are hurting us. And then just answering, like if they have a push that we have to be able to push back, and you just got to break it down now. You got to chip away at it.
You have to chip away, and you can't get ahead of yourself in this game. It's really fucking disappointing. Really disappointing in the way that the Avs are playing. Listen, I know it's like, well, they should have won. If this series was going to be legitimate, they had to bounce back in Game 2. Well, that didn't happen. Then it's like, well, shit, they have to win Game 3. Well, they should have won Game 1 and 2, but they didn't. Okay? If the Colorado Avalanche don't win Game 4, will heads roll? As in coaches? Is Bednar, is he done? Is his head on the block? Or is that jumping to, is that just being oversensitive to what just happened? It's an epic fail. And the players, if you give a shit about your coach, if you give a shit about your fan base, if you give a shit about your teammates, you go out there and you win Game 4. Bring it back to Ball Arena for Game 5. You have to play like you give a shit for more than a period. We talked about this last week. The Avs play 1/3 of a game. It just depends when. And it just so happened they started out faster, which we said they needed to do. And then they're like, oh, we're good. We're good, right? We'll just coast for 2 more periods. No, it's not how it works, my friend. You got to lay on the gas from start to fucking finish. And you got to learn from your mistakes. Embrace the suck. I'm wearing a shirt from Mark Schlereth's clubhouse gear. I don't think he makes T-shirts anymore. But when I worked with him, I begged and pleaded for free shirts. And this shirt is embrace the suck. What does that mean? No, it's not talking about blowjobs. It's not. Even though every time I wear it, people are like, oh. Like, listen, Father. It's a minister or a preacher. Don't wear this. I was going to say something about the Catholic Church, but I didn't. The point is, you have to embrace what your flaws are. You have to learn from your mistakes, and you have to pursue success based off of what you've learned from your failures. What did you suck at? And don't go in there thinking, well, I don't suck at anything. You know who doesn't admit that they have any flaws, or just simply go, in one ear, out the other, and don't acknowledge and don't absorb that they need to correct their mistakes? You know who those are? Those are losers. Those are people that suck at their job, whether it's an athlete or in regular business. If you can't admit that you have flaws, you are a giant flaw. And right now, if the Avs don't show up in game number 4, and if they don't admit their flaws and fix those flaws, they are a bunch of losers. That's just the way it is. And this season goes down as a giant disappointment. Here's legendary head coach for the Vegas Golden Knights, John Tortorella, not Tortilla.
This is a game where we showed some balls. It is, and I want them to feel it for a little bit, as far as what they just did against a really good hockey club. But then we get back to work tomorrow.
Yeah, he didn't show all the balls. It was more of a side nut. Oh, hey, it is summertime, John. You know what? I think he's starting to get somebody whispering in his ear about my new adventure, for the summertime.
Women have side boob. Time for this summer's hot new fashion trend. It's men's side nut shorts. Yeah! This scorching new look sends the message that you're full of confidence and you're saying goodbye to a sticky sack.
Oh man, it stuck to my leg again.
Side nut shorts are partnered with Dick & Bush trimmers, as well as Puff to Muff manscaping gel. However you like to present the boys, Side nut shorts is there to help you show them off.
I like to pull them tight so they're spilling out the sides. Really give the people a show.
Don't let the ladies have all the fun. Show off those nuts with Side Nut Shorts. Side Nut Shorts are banned in most cities and towns throughout the entire world.
Those might be unofficially endorsed by the Las Vegas Golden Knights because they're showing side nut, whereas the Avalanche, their nuts are inside them right now. Your balls need to drop, okay? Come on. You're welcome. You're welcome. Embrace the suck, Avs. Embrace the suck. Because if you don't go out there and win game 4, it's not good. Will I hate the Avs? Will I go outside and burn my Avs, gear? No. First of all, that's dumb. Second of all, I'm cheap. I don't want to have to buy new clothes. Okay, I don't. But go out there, Avs. We want you guys to continue on. Spurs and Thunder, game 4. I got to admit, everybody is becoming a Spurs fan. It's really weird. I'm going into this series. Wemby is a likable guy. I think for the most part, the entire roster for the San Antonio Spurs They don't bug me. They don't. And while I wish it was the Denver Nuggets in this position, I'm fine with him with supporting the San Antonio Spurs. It's really kind of bizarre. Spurs tied the series 2 games apiece with a 103-82 victory. I believe SGA didn't even play the final quarter. Probably because his feelings were hurt, because this is what Spurs fans are doing. Flopper. 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 That's amazing. Amazing. But here's what's kind of bugging me about that. I think most of the fans outside of Oklahoma City have been aware that SGA is the MVP of flopping, not the MVP of the league, because that either goes to Wemby or Jokic. And let's be honest, when you look at the stats, it should be Jokic, then Wemby, and then I don't even know why the fuck SGA's in the conversation. All these people are starting to come out now. They're like, why did he win the MVP? All he does is flop. There was I think it was game 3 where I posted it somewhere where it's like he's not even getting touched. He's flopping. Last night's game, he got the call too, where he jumps up. The I don't remember the Spurs player, doesn't even touch him. And if you look at SGA's feet, he kicks them forward and he falls on purpose. And then he gets the call. It's ridiculous. And all these national media folks are finally going, this is absurd. He's ruining the game. Well, no shit, guys. We've been saying that. It's like, oh, wow. We had no idea. Well, you just gave Dickhead McGee a goddamn MVP again. And now you're realizing, oh, yeah, maybe he does flop a lot. Oh. That being said, you gave him the MVP because he has better players around him. Does that make sense? He's not making his, what was the stat I saw? When he's on the court, the team is actually not as good. I don't have that stat. I meant to save it. Guys, SGA's not as good as everybody thought. Well, holy fucking shit. It's like we've been saying this, right? Have we not been saying this?
Doesn't anyone notice this? I feel like I'm taking crazy pills.
Because I feel like we've been saying this. Well, what? SGA flops? No, he doesn't. Give him an MVP. And then all of a sudden, when it's just so blatant, you can't help but watch it. It's like, oh, shit, yeah, now I see it. And now all these former players are going, he's ruining the game. All these dipshit media members that voted for SGA to be MVP, they should lose their right to vote. And it should get shaken up, and other people should get the right to vote now. Because I wouldn't have minded if they gave it to Wemby. I would have preferred it to go to Jokic, but here's the thing. SGA is not deserving of MVP. We have seen this. You guys see this now for some fucking reason. It takes a while for you guys to open your goddamn eyes. Maybe because you're sitting there sucking somebody off, all you could see was their belly button. Then you pull it out, and then you're like, oh, he is terrible. That's a great example of wordplay. You're welcome. It's not really wordplay. That's just, yeah, anyway. It's so terrible. He's not good. If he's not good because he ruins it that way. Subtract his free throws. And I know a lot of people are like, well, that's just part of the game. Yeah, technically it is, if it's a legitimate foul. But the motherfucker is flopping all around. And if you're within a foot, he's going to flop and make it look like you touched him and committed a foul. He should be getting technicals for this. But they're not calling it. This is absurd. Absurd. What's not absurd, guys, is I even had J.R. Slick send me this video because he was so excited to get to this story. The Wienie 500, just before the Daytona 500, right? We talked about it last year. We played sound from it. Guess what? We got a whole bunch of new sound drops. Here is the Wienie 500, the best of, coming at you. You're welcome.
You got to get your Wienie to the inside faster than they can make the move from behind.
Conditions this year are slippery, not yet wet, but how does that make the handling of your wiener different?
These weenies get hard to handle. You got to grab them with both hands and make sure you hang on through these corners because they can really start stepping out and getting away from you.
That is a dirty wiener.
It's wiener on wiener action here.
The longer the wiener, the better.
It's a gentle touch with the wiener, actually. You would think it's two hands holding strong, but it's a gentle touch that really is the differentiator, to have the finesse when nursing it through the corner.
There's a tight opening there. I don't know if Chili Dog will be able to slide their wiener inside it.
That's a lot of wieners.
4 wide! 4 wieners side by side. This is incredible.
It's wobbling. We got a wobbly wiener in fourth. That's Slaw Dog, but New York Dog from the back to the front.
Chili Dog, Slaw Dog, Chai Dog pounding their wieners through the final corners. Who's brave enough to shove it in and take their chance? 6 wieners, tip to tip.
You've got 5 really broken wieners at the end of this at the checkered flag.
He slid his wiener exactly where he wanted it to go, dragging your wiener around this place.
I mean, but there's so many
burns.
variables.
It just burns, I got to tell you.
Oh, my God. Don't you think that because the commentators aren't on camera, right? You know that they have to be sitting there trying to compete with each other, trying to make the other one break and just laugh. How do you not piss yourself as one of those commentators when they're dropping, let's see, this is one of my favorite ones.
That is a dirty wiener.
Right? That's staying. That's staying. Also, how do you not laugh with that one or this one?
The longer the wiener, the better.
Right. This one's weird.
6 wieners, tip to tip.
That's a lot of wieners.
It is a lot of wieners. A lot of wiener jokes. Now, every now and then, they would be like something about Frank's, you know, another name for hot dogs, or they'd say something about like some sort of like ketchup or mustard, something like that. They'd throw something else. Let's be honest. These are all dick jokes. This is not talking about a hot dog that fell on the ground.
That is a dirty wiener.
Right? This is not a hot dog on the grill joke.
The longer the wiener, the better.
Right? This one?
6 wieners, tip to tip.
I don't know when we're going to use that one, but we're going to find a way. One of these days, we will find a way, and it will make sense, and it will be a magical moment that we're going to sit there and go, he did it. He finally did it, right? That's what's going to happen. I think it would be fun to sit there because you have to write those out. Unless you're really immature. I don't think I could, on the spot, come up with all these dick jokes. I'm immature, but I'm not that quick-witted, I don't think. That would be fun. That would be fun. Several years back, with the American Ninja courses, we did a thing at the radio station, and I was the one that set it up. It was the only time I did an event, and the talent just bitched and complained the entire time. But they had this branch of American Ninja that was set up in slightly north of Denver, and I got the guys to go out there along with some fans, and they had a course. Hindsight, once I saw it should have been something a little softer for the guys to land on, especially with Stokely with bad knees, Schlereth with bad knees, all these former athletes. Like, they're lucky they didn't pop something out because it was an overinflated landing, like a mattress type of thing. Thankfully, nobody got hurt. But going across that stuff, and we took video, like Sandy Clough did it, like most of the guys did it, right? And then what happened is later, my buddy Johnny Hart, who has since moved on from radio, he and I edited, he edited the video. And then he and I did commentary for it. I don't know if it's still up there or not, but it was pretty fucking funny. And it was us trying to come up with immature digs and whatever. But that being said, I had to write everything out. Like, as far as the jokes go, I'm like, I'm not going to remember that for when we're going back and forth. I get too sidetracked with things. And like these guys doing the Wienie 500, do you think that this guy came up with it on his own? Or do you think that he wrote this down the night before and he's like, ooh, I hope I can use this.
That is a dirty wiener.
Right? Mm-hmm. Oh, please let something shady happen so I can use that line.
That is a dirty wiener.
Play-by-play's hard. Just like those wieners, am I right? Yeah. Woo! Thank you, J.R. Slick, for sending this to me. Do appreciate it. I would have found it eventually, but I do appreciate it. Always good. I also have the slippery wiener somewhere. I didn't save all the little cuts, but I mean, come on. This is the one from last year.
The last thing anybody needs through there is a slippery wiener.
Amen. Slippery wieners. Not very fun. Arthur Gay. I think it's Gay, was playing at the French Open. French Open, update. I used to do those for the radio station. Hello, it is another French Open update. So this guy's playing, and he's sick to his stomach. He's sick. And he's trying to explain to the judge that he needs to go to the bathroom. Here's a quick clip of that.
Like, I feel it's going to go out, really. No, it's not a joke. But I can't give you any extra time to go. No, but I can call the physio during the... You can call the physio, but then you have to wait for the physio to come. Yeah, but during the point, I can call.
He's sitting there like, this is not a joke. There's a longer clip where he's like, I have diarrhea. I need to go to the bathroom so I don't poop all over the court and through my pants. And the judge is like, just wait till the end. God. So dramatic. Oh, I'm sorry if you're about to shit your pants in public in a major sporting event that you've dedicated your life to. Oh, and it's on TV, not just locally, but globally. You're about to shit your pants and you won't go, okay, after this point, can I just go relieve myself, please, for the love of God? The guy wasn't going to do it. Then finally they had to get the doctors in there, and he's like, my stomach's going to explode. I got to poop my pants because I got diarrhea. And they're like, just fucking let him go take a shit. My God. How terrible. What a bad judge. Talking about idiots. God, but this is a French Open. We cannot wait. We are French. We do not wait for anyone other than our surrender. Fucking French dick. The poor. But that's French on French crime. Because I believe the judge was French. Or he's just an asshole. I don't know. But that poor guy runs off, uses the bathroom. They give him some like Imodium AD. The commentators are like, oh, he left for 4 minutes and then came back. You didn't have to tell us the time. That poor guy probably could have been in there continuing to evacuate himself for another, like, say, 5 minutes. That poor guy. I don't know if he won or lost. I don't know. I forgot to look that up. He almost lost no matter what. What a dick fucking judge. Until you're in that situation, then he'd be like, no, guys, we need to stop. I'm about to shit myself. Oh, now you get it. Now you get it. Side note, I know like 3 people that have shit themselves on road trips. As we go into road trip season, we're already there. We have Memorial Day. Remember to honor those who have given the ultimate sacrifice fighting for this country. This is not a happy memorial. This is let's remember those who've given the ultimate sacrifice defending this great country. Okay? That's the way you got to look at it. Anyway, a lot of people go on road trips. And then outside of this, we're going into June, July. A lot of families go on vacations. Be careful what you eat when you go on vacation, when you're driving. You don't want to load up on Taco Bell or some hole-in-the-wall Indian restaurant, although that sounds really good right now, a good Indian restaurant, or a hole-in-the-wall Mexican place, or just any hole-in-the-wall restaurant where you're like, I don't know. There was a lot of flies in there. The one guy was picking his nose. Yeah, maybe don't eat there. When in doubt, don't eat there. And definitely don't eat there before you go on a road trip and you're like 30 minutes into it and your guts are going, why did you do this to me? And you're like, we're making good time. Honey, you're sweating. I know. I made a bad choice, honey. Don't eat nasty food before you go on a road trip. Otherwise, you could be like that French guy where you're begging and pleading, especially if you're the one not driving. And you're trying to convince the driver, be like, pull over. Be like, where do you want me to pull over? We're in the middle of I-25. There's no shoulder. Are you going to shit on the side? I don't care anymore. Get the cooler, kids. Mama's got a poo. Oh, poor guy. Still going back to that one. Oh, that's terrible. Garett Bolles. Garett Bolles has really turned himself around. He's the first few years, he was getting called right and left for holding and just making dumb penalties. I think he's really turned his game around, doing a good job. Garett Bolles was on with Kay Adams, up in Adams, talking about Bo Nix and where he sees Bo at right now.
Bo's a freak of nature. He really is. I mean, he doesn't get too high with the highs or too low with the lows. He's pretty even killed. Like, I'm talking like nothing phases this kid. Like, you would think, if you look at him, you would think he's mad, and then all of a sudden he has a smile on his face, or you think he's happy, and then all of a sudden he's angry because he's not on that football field. He's not running with us, and he's not practicing with us, and he's not doing the things that he wants to do. So I already know this time of recovery is so difficult for him, but I also know it's perfect for him because he can relax and focus on his wife and his baby, which is obviously the most important thing in his life right now. And that's just going to give him the juice and the desire to come back out and sling the ball like he did all last season. Obviously, we got new OC and Coach Davis Webb, which I know those two are two peas in the pod and know exactly what we're going to do with this offense. And I'm just looking forward to seeing what he can do. But the most important thing is he needs to get healthy. He needs to get right. And I know that he's doing everything he physically can to get that ankle right so that when it's his time, he's ready to rock and roll.
Thank you so much to Kay Adams and Up and Adams for that sound. Yeah, I mean, that's good news for Broncos fans. But that being said, I'm anytime there's a big injury like that, you got to go in there and take it easy. Anybody that's had a surgery knows that if you come back a little too soon, even just a little bit, you can have a relapse. You can set yourself back even further. So imagine, and we've heard from Sean Payton on this show where he talks about, like, we're going to take it easy. He should be back by training camp, but they're going to be cautious. They have to be cautious. But it's good to hear Broncos talk, especially when we're dealing with this Colorado Avalanche nonsense. I don't believe in the Avalanche right now. I want them to change my mind and shove my words down my throat. I want that to happen. Because I just don't see it. They might steal game 4, they might not. And as soon as this series is over, on to the Broncos. That's really what it is. On to the NFL. And there's plenty of storylines to go around in the NFL. But as a sports fan, come on, Avs. Come on, Avs. Let's go, Avs. One play at a time. One game at a time. Do it. You can do it. It's up to you. It's about execution. Go out there and punch the Golden Knights in the fucking throat. Do it. And do it for 3 periods. Not 1, 3. Earn your fucking paychecks. God damn, it drives me fucking nuts. I don't care if they get mad. They're like, oh, that was a cheap shot. He punched him right in the throat.
That is a dirty wiener.
Don't care. Don't care. I'm fine with that. Be a dirty wiener. Avs, do it. I'm not going to get mad. Not. Anyway, guys, I hope you have a great day. Hopefully you enjoyed this content. If you want to be like JR Slick, who sent me the Wienie 500 stuff, you can do that. You can hit me up on socials. You can direct message. That's what he did. At DeHuff Podcast on Twitter. You can get me at DeHuff Podcast on Instagram, Facebook, and, of course, on YouTube. Really do appreciate. I guess I have TikTok. I haven't been using TikTok lately. It just kind of irritates me. It's just TikTok has turned into it's like what was that home HSN, home shopping network. Half the people that I follow, all of a sudden it's like, hey, I'm pitching a product. Like, man, I'm looking for nonsense. When I go to TikTok, I don't want somebody pitching me like, dude, check out this screwdriver. Or check out this mop. Don't care. Give me like monkeys farting in each other's faces. I'd rather watch that than some dickhead influencer trying to sell me something. My God. Monkeys farting in each other's faces. Don't see enough of it. Don't. Remember that one time where there was a monkey trying to blow himself and then he ends up just pissing in his mouth? Come on. Where's that good content on social media? Don't see it. Social media, sad. Anyway, that's it for sports. Thank you so much for listening or watching. Thanks for supporting the show, making this the #1 comedy podcast in the state of Colorado. I'm starting to chip away at the sports section now, too. Anyway, you guys are amazing. Have a wonderful day. Let's keep moving forward. I'll talk to you next time.